Basically, before the sutta, what we need to understand is that we're talking about middle, right? Buddha path is the middle path. So what do you mean by middle path? How do you find the middle?
Not taking any stand.
Yeah, not taking any stand. But how do you define that you are not taking any stand? That's correct. You don't have to take any stand on anything. So how would one define not taking any stand?
Yeah, see all realms of life. For example, um, if you are of the view that I should not eat more, I should have moderation in eating. In that also be middle. Do not be so much into it that all people around you get frustrated because of you are not eating too much. They have to prepare a lot of things. Your breakfast is this, you this that. That is one extreme. Another extreme is that I will eat everything. Now this applies everywhere, even in the experience of meditation when you are observing. Now, Vayo Anto, right? What he says to Bahia.
Correct.
Even to Bahia, he says, you are not by that, you are not there, right? So, do not position even in the meditation anywhere. That should not be a ground for you anywhere. You should not sit, you should not stand anywhere, even in your meditation. Be supportless.
Yeah, that's correct. But how do you get there?
Denying by, like for example, constantly deny. For example, I am watching this, so deny that I.
That wouldn't help you. Think what would be the best approach. Yes, what you're saying is correct. That you shouldn't have any footing anywhere, because wherever there is footing, there is going to be existence. If there is no footing, there is no existence. And without existence, there is no dukkha. Right? So, how do you do it? The ubho ante, how do you, knower of both ends, how do you get there?
Samadhi is that only, right?
That's correct. I don't deny. I'm not denying any word what you're saying, but I'm asking how do you get there?
Yeah, giving the answer, and then you are saying no, it is not the answer.
No, that's not the answer.
Okay.
That is
So when I say samadhi means you tranquilize, right?
exactly.
Even both the end. Then you are not there, not here. So you are in samadhi. Because if you are there or here, you are not in samadhi. The samma samadhi I am saying.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. So that I fully agree with you what you are saying, but how do you get there? The
But
question is, how do you get there?
samadhi is not the answer. By tranquilizing myself, I get there. No, no. Okay. Okay, I'm done.
You're done. Okay. Aryu, do you want to give a try before I answer?
No, I can't. I cannot even get that far.
Okay. No worries. So basically, it's the feeling which matters. Okay. So there are three feelings: pleasurable feeling, painful feeling, neutral feeling. Supposing I were to stay in neutral feeling, everything drops off. So knowing the neutral feeling is vijja. Not knowing the neutral feeling is avijja. Without the neutral feeling, you will be in two ends, missing the middle. What are the two ends? Sukha and dukkha. That's all. So the sankharas are always, I want to have sukha. I'll take dukkha to make it sukha. Right? So it can be in relationship, it can be in products, can be in anything. So basically, I don't want the two ends to miss. So I want one end, leaving the other end. So when I want to get into samadhi, it's about coming into neutral. This whole sutta is about neutrality. So before we start on that sutta, like he was talking about Ubho Ante, there is a sutta where Buddha explains that Paryayena Metteya Panhe. In Metteya Panha is question with Metteya.
What is the sutta number?
Sutta number, good question. Wait, I can tell you. 1 minute. Tissa Metteya Sutta.
Number?
No, this is AN 6.61 is Majjha
Yeah.
Sutta.
I know that, but in that they are referencing about Metteya Sutta. What is that?
It's called Tissa Metteya Sutta. I don't have the sutta number in my hand.
Okay, no problem. We'll find.
It is Tissa Metteya Sutta. It is in Parayana Vagga of the Sutta Nipata. SNP. It will be starting SNP. Sutta Nipata. In that you will have Parayana Vagga, and under that you will find Tissa Metteya Sutta. So, Yo Ubho Antam Abhinyaya Majje Mantana Lippati Tam Brumhi Mahapuriso Iti Sodha Sibbanim Achaga. So we will understand this in great detail before we. What happened? So the English translation seems to be okay, but not deeper. SNP 4.7. Oh, you got it. Good. So yo ubho ante viditvana. Viditvana is one who knows how the two ends happen. Viditvana is one who knows. Yo ubho ante is beginning and the end. Knows both ends. One end and the other end. We don't have to call it the beginning and the end. One end and other end. Generally, we hold on to one end. We don't want the other end. Majhe mantana lippati. And is not stuck in the middle. Also. He is in the middle but not stuck in the middle. Tam brumi mahapuriso iti. He is a great man, I declare. So the sibbhani machaga. Sibbhani means is to stitch. So basically, you are stitching one life to the next life.
You are reading 4.7 SNP or this one? 6.61?
No, it is 6.61 only, it is there.
Okay.
Starting.
Yeah, okay.
Before they start their debate, they say that this is what Bhagavata has said.
Okay.
So he says, Uttamidam avuso Bhagavata parayena metteya panhe. And he says, Yo bhonte viditvan majje mantana lippati tam brumhi mahapuriso iti sodha sibbani machaga iti. So now the question comes, what is one end? Katamo nukho avuso eko anto. Katamo dutiyo anto, the second. Kim majhe ka sibbani. There are 4 questions in that. Yo ubhonte viditvana majje mantana lippati tambrumi mahapuriso iti sodha sibbani machagati. Okay. So we need to know what is the first end, what is the next end, what is the middle, and what stitches. Any questions before we begin? Okay. And this is where we'll end up understanding the this guy, what's that?
But here,
Bahya. clearly. So Buddha says to in that sutta, the other one sutta, he says, Passo ko avaso eko anto.
SNP, you mean, no?
Yeah, SNP. Passa samudayo dutiyo anto. Passa nirodho majhe tanha sibbhani. Tanha hi nam sibbati tassa tassev bhavassa abhinibattaya yatavatto ko avaso bhikkhu abhinneyam abhijanati परिन्नेयम परिजानाति अभिन्नेयम अभिजानन्तो परिन्नेयम परिजानन्तो दिट्ठेव धम्मे दुःख संतकरो होति इति. So this is what he says. What he says is that phassa, contact, is one end. The origin of the contact or the starting of the contact is the other end. The cessation of the contact is the middle. Craving is the sibbani, that is the seamstress or the stitches, two ends and the middle.
Yeah, actually, when we say contact is one and origin of contact is one, and it is difficult to grasp.
Yeah, I know that. That's all.
I was for myself telling it like this way: contact is one end, and the extension or expansion or whatever happens to the contact is one end.
It's not like that. So we'll have to go through other sutta to understand this sutta.
Because otherwise, origin of contact is contact only.
No. A origin of contact is in Mulaka Sutta. Anyway, so we'll not go there right now. We will first understand this, and there's another sutta where we have to understand. So now he says, Tanha hi nam sibbati tassa tasseva bhavassa abhinibattaya. Abhinibattaya is abhinibatti coming into existence. So when it stitches the past, future and present, all the three due to contact, and then you have the punarbhava, reappearing due to contact. Okay. Now the contact and feeling have a interlinking. It's like cyclical. Contact creates feeling, feeling creates contact. So then it goes in cyclical. So yatavata is as it is. Ko avaso bhikkhu abhinneyam abhijanati. And in English, directly knows what should be directly known is what is written, but it is further more than that. Abhinneya is to see in a different way. So if I see myself as Vilas is a normal way. If I see myself as 6 elements is the Abhinneya.
Because within the domain of 6 sense, whatever we see is perception only.
Yes.
Right? And whatever Buddha is talking about is it's not related to perception. That's why that sentence I have written. Patvita Sanjana.
Correct.
So you can never abhijanati patvi by whatever experiment you do. You have to understand it by knowledge only.
Yes, that's right. So Abhinneya is to see things differently. So when he says that what should be directly known, you are directly knowing what Vilas is. Simple.
And it is not even a psychic power, right? That someone will achieve that abhinna power. No. Even normal person, if he understands aha happens to him, that is abhinneya.
That is abhinneya. Correct. And parinneya is what he should have completely known that. Okay. Meaning, let us understand. I see this camera and I see 3 people, that is normal. Now I stop seeing the 3 people. Instead, I see 6 dhatu in real sense. Real sense in the sense that I'm able to move from this normal to something, let's call it abnormal. So for a normal worldling, it is vilas. For a person on the path, it's not vila. It's just the dhatu with consciousness. If that is how I see, it is abhinyaya. And under that, what all elements are there, how the consciousness behaves, what happens with the five aggregates, if I know, that is parinyaya. So when I have abhinyaya on one side and parinyaya on this other side, I get ditteva dhamme, to see what should be seen. And then the dukkha is gone. Dus dukkha shanta karo. So it makes peace. The dukkha is eliminated. Okay, it gives you a peaceful abiding. Isn't it or not is the question. If vilas is not there, isn't it the most peaceful thing? Or having vilas is the most peaceful thing? Not having vilas is the most peaceful thing. Right. So we'll have to understand what this actually means. Passo ko avaso eko anto, passa samudayo dutiyo anto, passa nirodho majhe tanha sibbani. This is what one bhikkhu says. So today we will only concentrate on this. We'll not go to the other five. Then we will take one by one. Otherwise it becomes too much on one day. Because each one will give you the different experience and then one will click. That is for sure. You will get that aha moment. I got it out of 6. If you get it, that opens up many things for you. Okay. So I was wondering how to do that. So there are 3 suttas we can take. First is Putta Mamsa Sutta. Have you gone through that sutta? I think we have spoken about it. But in depth, if you go in the Passa, Ahara, this answer you can see. Like a cow whose skin has been removed. So just for now understand that your skin is not there. The internal flesh is seen, pink color flesh is seen. The moment the pink color flesh is seen, you will have so many flies and so many organisms trying to get a meal out of that. And the cow starts running on one side, other side, and other side, and the 4 sides it keeps running. But wherever it runs, the flies or whatever keeps on targeting it. Same is my case. If the skin is removed, then these beings will start devouring the flesh. Now when a fly sits on my head or wherever it sits, there is a feeling. So when there is a feeling, I can have all the 3 feelings. I can have a pleasurable feeling because it is pleasurable. I can have a painful feeling because that fly or whatever, ant, etc. is actually biting me. So it is really painful for me. And the third one is neutral feeling, which we don't know. So in the Putta Mamsa Sutta, he says, one who understands the neutral feeling, the painful feeling, the pleasurable feeling, and through abhinyaya he understands, and through parinyaya he knows. He says one thing can be assured. He will not come back to this existence again. meaning he'll become anagami. With ahara, that is kabalinka ahara. But if you understand the phassa ahara, then there is nothing more to be done. So it would be good to understand phassa. Then you will understand Vedana. If you start understanding Vedana, you will never get the phassa. Okay, so the practice should be to understand the contact point. Now the question comes, how do I do it? The second sutta, which is worth pondering over, is Patisambhidda Magga Pali, under that Anapana Sati Katha, where Sariputta gives an example how to understand the touch point. So he says, just like the tree, okay, which is in the flat ground, and somebody is trying to chop off the middle portion of the tree, and you are taken a saw blade and you're pushing it. Just watch the touch point. Don't look at the teeth of the saw. Just the touch. So if I use the breath, just the touch. And if I'm sitting on a chair, just the touch. Then in everything, if I'm walking, just the touch. If I'm bending the knee, just a touch. If I'm spreading my arms like this, just a touch. It'll touch somewhere here. So you know, if I make my wrist like this, it's just a touch. Just a touch. No, don't worry about hot or cold or this and that. Just a touch. If you understand the touch, you understand the reality. That everything happens with touch. And then you can see the other end, origin of phassa. So the practice I need to do, if I were to really understand, to be in middle path, is to understand the touch. Not about feeling. Not about what, yes, Sachin.
Yeah, the same thing. That's right. For example, I'm not understanding the touch difference between first and first samudra is like, for example, if someone says the origin of sun, the arising of sun is one thing and sun is another thing. So sun itself has come up. It's because its origin, right? So I'm not able to perceive these two ends. So and another thing is what you are saying is understand Vedana. So in this Paticca Samutpada, by understanding a node, the previous node ceases. For example, if you understand Vedana, that's what you are trying to say, right? If you understand all the three feelings completely, then there will not be first samudaya, right?
No, we have come to first samudaya.
Yeah, so first samudaya is because there is Vedana.
That is correct. No, wait. But first we have to understand the phassa itself.
Okay.
I have still not gone to the origin. You have gone to the origin. So from the origin point of view, what you are saying is correct.
Okay, so you understood my confusion, so you can.
Yes. So now that is where I am asking. How do you know the phassa? The contact point. How do you know it? What do you practice to get there? See, I can watch the breath. Now there is a contact. Can I be in that contact only? Not analyzing the contact, not making it's hot or cold or this or that or whatever that is. That is the origin of the contact, because there is feeling. There is a feeling of hot and cold.
Yeah, proliferation happens after feeling.
Yes.
Vedana, yam vedeti tam sanjanati happens.
So for me, the first task is to understand the phassa. Phassa pussa is what he uses. And in some suttas it says pussati iti phassa. It touches and touches again, and hence it is phassa, contact. So how do you understand contact?
Bare minimum understanding of, bare minimum awareness of whatever via sixth sense comes. If I do not proliferate it.
No, you don't have to proliferate. That is secondary. That's at the later stage.
Okay, so by trying to see the feeling in the context of whatever is touching me through sixth sense door, I understand the touch or contact. See, the contact is there. Instead of looking at the contact, if I look at my feeling, right, and see what feeling I have right now.
No, you come to the feeling. It's
Then I knew the contact.
no, it's not like that. How do you define contact?
Anything that is coming in front of me via sixth sense door.
Fine, that is after something. What is the first thing that happens? Without which no contact is possible.
Resistance, fatigue,
No,
fatigue sampas.
no, no. Yes, Saryu.
I guess my general answer is, I guess if you're in samatha, then you can see the contact or something.
Okay, no.
Yeah, first it strike to me, right? The resistance has happened. The patigha
Yes,
sampasa
I
has
understand.
happened. And that is the purest touch.
Got it. Yes, you're right.
And when you say, I can see only the six dhatus here in all the people, right? Right? That is
That
the
is
resistance.
patigha. That is
Yeah.
strike. Yes,
And if you stay there and do not define it, so you stayed with the contact.
No, first is contact is one end. Origin of contact is the other end. You are talking everything related to origin of contact. How the contact arose.
Hmm.
But what is contact?
That goes to the dependent origination, right? You have to find the loop. There is a 12 links, and you have to go back. What is before the contact?
Yeah.
Before the contact is something else.
What you're trying to say is everything in dependent origination is actually origination only, right?
Yeah, it is not originated. We are
Yeah.
talking about
We are talking about absolute things, absolute feeling, absolute contact, absolute like.
so now how do you forget about all of that? How do you define contact?
You define it because we are done.
Let's wait for Asad. He's trying to figure out something.
I checked the 12 dependent origination. Looks like it says the six sense doors is the contact is depend on the six sense doors. When that comes to be, then the feeling comes to be, and then so forth, and the consciousness and perception.
Yeah. So
Okay.
I said that whatever comes via six and doors.
That's correct.
So
Absolutely
that is me.
no argument. But then why there is phassa as the first end?
Consciousness, huh?
Now, yes, you're almost coming there. So let's.
So when there is a contact, two things or three things happen. There is a consciousness, perception, and feeling. All of them comes together. Oh no, hang on a second. There is something they said. There is a feeling, then perception, and the consciousness. Three of them arose at the same time.
Chakkun
At one
chapati
point.
rupe
He
chapati
got it.
chakkun.
Now, Sachin, you are right. Now you got it. Now don't forget it. You origin before origin is how these ingredients come to be. So then there is chakku, eye, then there is an object.
Oh.
If eye is not there, object is there, no contact. If object is there, no eye is there, no contact.
Okay, so it's like we are cooking a dish, some very good dish of rice,
Yes.
and we bring all the ingredients.
Yes.
So coming the ingredients are together, right?
Yes. Yes.
It's absolute dish, but I cannot say it is a dish yet.
Yes.
Yet something is there. The fire is needed to make it a
Well, the origin would be ignorance. The origin of the dependent origin.
Don't
That
go
goes
there.
all the way back.
You already gone further.
the raw food we are collecting to make a very tasty dish, right? That raw food and then this. This is the difference between the raw touch and the
Hold on.
the live touch.
Hold on
Live
for a second.
contact.
Yes, got it. So now, in front of me is an object. In front of my eye, there's an object. If the object is not attached to the eye, and the eye is not attached to the object, they both don't relate each other. The middle guy is the consciousness. So chakuncha paticcha rupe cha uppajjati. Now that uppajjati arises, eye consciousness, chakku vinyana. He says with these three is phassa. So if he says phassa eko anto, phassa samudayo dutiyo anto, and then the cessation of the phassa is the middle.
Yeah, so I can give one example, right?
Yes.
For example, I saw this water bottle, right? So the touch has happened. The raw ingredients are there. The consciousness, the rupe, and the eyes are there, right? But then I said, yeah, it is really a water bottle there, right? So that saying that, yeah, there is something reality out there. That means the preparation is done.
No, it's not like that. So the easiest example before we go there is like when we were going to Savasti, that water-like mirage we were seeing on the road while we were talking. So I was telling you, look at that mirage, right? You are at one end. The mirage, the water is at the other end. The road is the middle. The more you go near, the water will go far away. The more you recede back, saying that, oh, I don't seem to be getting anywhere, you see it like floods. So the water starts to come near you. This is the nature of Vijnana. Vijnana consciousness. It has an ability to perceive and feel. Okay. Now, first thing we need to understand is the phassa. Contact. How does the contact happen? Or what is contact in the first place? Then we will see how contact happens. What is contact? Thinna sangati phasso. That you don't forget. So when you see in the sutta, phasso eko anto, he's talking about chakuncha paticcha rupecha upajjati chakku vinyanam sotancha sadde upajjati sota vinyanam. Like
so tina sangati is first, so he's saying. Eko anto.
That is eko anto. Without this sangati, that is gati means movement, where it moves. Sangati is bringing together and creating a destiny. So I is destined to see an object.
Yeah, sangati, preparation, making it real.
Making
There
it
is-
real.
Yeah, there is something out there.
Yes, there's something out there. So now
Yeah,
I am
that-
seeing,
That means first the samudaya happened.
wait, so now what happens? Take a example of let's take some animal like dog. Okay. The dog is standing on the plank of a wood and it sees its own reflection in the mirror. No, in the water. And what it sees? Another dog. Now, the consciousness has a reflective nature. It can recognize, it can do things with that other object. Whether you call it out of ignorance or out of knowledge or whatever it is, it has that reflection. So it reflects. So the phassa is this reflection between the object and the eye, between the sound and the ear, between the tongue and the taste, like that. So, taking the dog as an example, what would the dog do? It would first wag its tail in friendly tone to see whether that other dog is also wagging its tail, and it does like this. And it finds that the dog is not there. And it sees the dog inside the river. So it jumps in the river, drowns, let's say. That's exactly what happens with all of us. We get drowned in that whirlpool because we started touching it to see what is there. So a Mahapurisa is one who does not touch it, stops before touching. Like in the case of Bahya.
Touching the touch. Pustati phassa.
He stops there, knowing the mirage nature of consciousness. Yes, sir, you go ahead.
I'm just kind of thinking consciousness is also like kind of like this courier, right? It goes and fetch it back, and then once it goes this round trip, and then there's this a touch. But if you reject the the gift, then maybe you
Yeah,
stop.
I have another scenery, like when two friends meet and then do high five, right? So when I do like this, but you don't do that.
Yeah, don't do that.
So that I said hi, but you didn't say hi.
Yes. So the phassa is one end. This thinna sangati phassa is one end. And because there is one end, you want the other end also. Otherwise, it is incomplete. So the samudaya has to happen. Actually, samudaya is not origin. Samudaya means arising. Udaya is to arise. So samudaya means properly arise. So they always in Pali as well in Sanskrit or in most of the Indian way of looking, we talk from sunrise and sunset point of view. Attangama is sunset, Udayangama is sunrise.
Or the right word should be appearing.
Not appearing, it's nothing to appear there. It is
Because it is there, sun is always there, but it appears.
that's fine.
Like that first was already there, but it's now, yeah, it is dark.
Yes, so the phassa is there, like you're right. So the phassa is like before the sun came up, the phassa was there, but now you're seeing it. That is the udaya. And the attangama, the sunset is not seen. Meaning, you'll get attached to one, leaving the other. The middle is lost. So the phassa nirodha is forgotten. How the phassa nirodha happens? Either the object is gone or the eye is moved from this to that, so the consciousness is not there. And that you will never notice because of tanha. So the exercise here is you turn your head from left to right and keep on doing it. You will find that each object will be removed. And same thing you can do with all the remaining five senses. Yes, Ariv.
So you're saying you can never notice because the craving already taken you to the next thing. So
Yes.
you will not be staying to see the nirodha, the last thing.
Yes, so now let's take a very practical scenario. I wanted to buy a charger. Okay. Which got delivered just now, few minutes ago. So I'll take that as an example for this good thing. So now what is phassa here? Chakkuncha paticcha rupecha upajjati chakku vinyanam sotancha Saddancha, all that, all the 6. In that 6, we take the Manancha, Dhammecha, Upajjati, Manovinyan. The charger is in the mind, but experienced through touch, that is Kayancha, Paticcha, Pottabbecha, Upajjati, Kaya Vinyanam. And I'm seeing it, what the charger I need to buy. So Chakuncha, Paticcha, Rupecha, Upajjati, Chakku Vinyanam. I'm not tasting it, I'm not smelling it. Okay, I'm not hearing it. Out of 6, there are 3. So there is a phassa. If I leave it to phassa alone, then there is no problem, because that is going to be there. But what I do with that phassa is the question, whether it brings in Sukha Vedana or a Dukkha Vedana or a Adukka Sukha Vedana. So the origin has these 3 Vedanas. And I always want the arising has these 3 Vedanas or the feeling. And I always want a Sukha Vedana. So the charger all of a sudden starts to give me a Sukha Vedana, pleasurable feeling. It's just a charger. If I stick to that, neutral feeling, absolutely fair. The feeling is there, but neutral.
Yeah. So basically, you touch the touch, so feeling has happened.
Yes.
Or you can say you accepted the touch, and that's why you feel.
Yes. So now, if I give a value to the charger, now my anxiety starts. Unless I see the charger, I'm in stress, as though charger is my life. All this while there was no need for the charger. For the last 1 year I'm using iPhone. I never had a request or an intent to buy a charger until yesterday. Something happened and that triggered, oh shucks, that requires this charger. Now, is it very important? No. But then that guy says that I'm going to deliver within 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. And I've taken that Sangati. Now I created a destiny out of that charger. I cannot relax till the courier person comes and delivers. So the Amazon guy came at 8:15 and delivered. Okay, now that anxiety is gone. What do I do with it? Can I eat it? No. So I kept it inside. All that happened of this whole exercise was to keep it in one place. It was there in his store. From that store came and resided in my store. That's the only difference it has made. So if I can see this clearly, there is no tanha, craving, because it doesn't stitch.
Okay, so now this simile is perfect, right? You have ordered is the one and it has arrived is the second.
Yes. The sensation is forgotten.
And the craving is the same tracer.
Yes. So now it is adding both things together. So now the next thing is coming now. Another few hours, another thing is coming. So now that this is gone, now I am in that. When will that come? Then after a while, Ariu is coming to Bangalore. So that fun will start. Sachin, you are coming here.
And that's why it will decide what will the feeling when it is going to arrive, right? For example, many a time we order a product, but it's so normal that when it delivery boy comes, okay, we just take it and we continue talking.
Correct.
The neutral feeling happens when delivery boy comes. And in
Yes.
some product, the neutral feeling is not there.
Exactly. So if you are in neutral feeling all the time, then you are not in avijja, meaning you should recognize the neutral feeling. That is the problem. We don't recognize the neutral feeling. We don't even know how the neutral feeling is.
See, point is we cannot be in neutral feeling, right? But in this delivery, order and delivery, we are not craving for it. Yeah, okay, it's just some another thing. That will prove the neutral feeling
No,
when
that's
delivery
correct.
comes.
No. When you recognize the neutral feeling as neutral feeling, the mind starts to work out towards neutral feeling.
So when you understand, you need to say. neutral
Yeah, when
feeling.
you understand there is a neutral feeling. Like this
Yeah.
example you gave, the courier guy came.
Yeah.
You keep it there and go. Sir, please sign. Okay, sign. Okay, take.
Okay. So what you mean to say is, I understood this anxiety of this charger. And I also understood when delivery boy comes, when I have neutral feeling, how peaceful it is, right? Etan Santan, Etan Panitan. That means next time onward, I will keep that in my mind.
Yes.
That's how peaceful that neutral feeling is.
Yes.
So next time when I order charger or something which is so important, I will remember that neutral feeling.
Yes.
And so I will not crave. And so I will have neutral feeling this time delivery.
Correct. So then what happened is you did not go to the other end. You stayed at this end only. The problem
Yeah,
is
so-
to connect two ends.
And I could do that because I tested that neutral feeling and I have enjoyed that neutral feeling.
Yeah. So even in
Compared
the
to this craving.
correct in the Sadaitana Vibhanga Sutta, Buddha explains that it is very for a Puttujana, he doesn't even know there is a neutral feeling. He is only drawn between two feelings, Sukha Vedana, Dukkha Vedana. See, ordering a charger is a Dukkha Vedana because I don't have.
In fact, the word peace also is so much misconceived, right? People think peace is another
Vedana.
happiness feeling.
Yes, it's a feeling, it's a Vedana. It's not
But
like that.
peace is another word for neutral feeling.
Yes, absolutely. So Shanti is neutrality.
Even Buddha had to say Nibbana Paramam Sukha, right? Because otherwise people wouldn't understand it.
Correct. So, coming back to this subject, one end is the charger, other end is getting the charger. The middle is cessation of the feeling of getting the charger, and the Sibbani, the seamstress or the tailor who is stitching two ends and the middle, meaning he has to stitch all the three. Two ends and with the middle portion is the cessation. It doesn't allow the cessation to happen at all. Even though it has ceased, I still remember, oh, the charger, after this call, maybe I'll plug in and see whether the charge happens, whether it is good quality or a bad quality. I don't understand. They say it is original, but I doubt it's original, and all the things. It rolls. Now, after I have tested it and I found it is real, genuine, then what happens? I keep that, move to the next item which I am now ordered, which should be coming in few hours. So again I do the same. Again I do the same. Again I do the same. That is craving. Yes, Saryu.
Yeah, I just have this image of some sometimes you eat this gum and it's very sticky.
Yes.
So you try to get rid of it. You're like, let me put it this, but then it's sticky here, and then you stick it here.
Correct.
You just cannot get rid of it
Yes.
because the craving is sticky.
Exact thing. Yeah. So now you are stuck with that gum. You took the enjoyment of that gum, but now that gum itself sticks. So now there's no way you can get rid of that gum.
Yeah,
So-
that gum will say, okay, forget about this delivery. Next delivery I want to make it
Yes,
straight.
yes. And you have, I don't see your video, but it is okay if you have removed the video for some reason.
Yeah.
Okay. So now the thing is the one end and the other end and the middle is forgotten. So if we see the cessation of the contact, you are released instantaneously. You don't have to go to the feeling. Just the cessation of the contact. Now we saw the contact. That means there should be cessation of the contact also. Right? It is eye, sight, consciousness coming together is contact. then one of them will going to fall. It cannot remain. The sight will go away, so the consciousness of that will go away. And the experience also goes away along with that. It is Vedana. Experience means Vedana actually. When I say experiencing, I am experiencing Sukha Vedana means what? Experience itself is Vedana. I experienced happiness. Oh, okay. How? I got the charger. How is charger connected to happiness? A crazy fellow. I am able to now charge. Charge what? Mobile phone. What is happiness there? I don't know. You're a stupid guy. I'm telling you. Charger is such a happiness thing. You don't know. When you can't charge, you will come to know. Oh, now I understand. So the painful feeling what you get if you have a charger will convert itself into a positive feeling which is pleasure. Vexation. So what we do is we carry the charger when we go out. Why? Because the mobile is going to switch off. It loses the charge. The laptop is going to lose the charge. So you have to take the charger. And you can't hold it in your hand. So you have to have a carry bag, or rather backpack. Now you have to carry that whole weight thing on your back as though you're climbing a mountain. You have to take the charger, you have to take the disk or whatever, then the laptop, then the other accessories. And when I'm at the airport, I have to remove everything, which is a pain. And my flight timing is there. I have to finish all my security check. Yes.
Yeah, so coming back to that order thing. Suppose an Arhan would have ordered the charger. Right? He would have ordered the charger, he would have closed the laptop and contact his cessation has happened. Right?
That's it.
Compared to the other guy, even when he closed the website, the contact is not gone because
It's
still
continuing.
craving. It's continuing back of mind. The image of charger stays forever. Until the order comes, the image of charger is back of his mind. Whereas for Arhan, the charger is not there.
Hey, hold on.
The order is completed.
Hold on. We'll do a practical thing. Now this is the charger. Okay. USB-C charger. Now, a normal person, what he does, a Sotapanna, what he does, Sakadagami, Anagami, Arhat will see all the four. Sotapanna, a normal person, what he does is he'll open this package and he will see all the contents, and he will, as though he's going to read this book, he's going to open this up and he's going to read every part of it, trying to see whether it makes sense and doesn't make sense. And he will store all of this also to prove that it is original. And it should have come with this, because Apple says that we would have packed in this. So he says, yes, correct. It is packed in this, correct. Now that Amazon has said, if you are unhappy with this, you can replace it in 11th of November. So I will have to keep this box with all the original thing intact. Now this one, so I have to keep it. This is a Puthujana problem. Okay. Sotapanna knows that this is the Rupa aggregate. Okay. And he knows this is Vedana aggregate. This is Sanya is charger. Sankhara is going and purchasing it. And Vinyana it is showing that it is something for you. Okay. But he knows that this will get destroyed. Okay. He knows this will get destroyed because the charger has a life. It is not permanent. So he knows that after a few years he has to again go and buy this USB-C charger. Whereas a Puthujana will feel that he has paid so much money means it is for his lifetime. Apple. I trust Apple products because they come for lifetime. So this the Sotapanna. And now we'll come to Sakadagami. He looks at this box. Ah, okay. Bought the charger. Fine. Now what do I do with it? Charge. Not myself. The phone. Doesn't much care about it. So he doesn't possess. In his mind, this is not a possession. So the contact is there, but doesn't create a possessive
Value.
nature,
Value.
which is there in Sotapanna. He is possessive of this. If somebody steals it from him, he'll get upset. But he'll not kill. But he'll get upset. He will not abuse. I mean, he will feel bad. Oh, that guy was my friend. He stole it. I don't know why people steal like this. So he'll cry. Still, he is crying. And Sakadagami, when he gets this, and he'll feel that such a idiotic thing people do. What would they do eating this? Okay, I need to order another one. Anagami, for him, this charger itself doesn't exist in his mind, because it's only Patavi, Apo, Tejo, Vayo, and that's it. Doesn't build any Kama Chanda at all in this. And what do an Arhat do? It's a good question. When the charger itself is gone out of Anagami, what would be there in an Arhat? He sees the cessation only. No passa, one end. No samudaya on the second end. He only sees the cessation. Because there is no craving.
That's why his mind is not sticky at all. Nothing sticks.
Nothing sticks because he only sees cessation.
Yeah, it cannot stick. to the thing.
Tanha stitches. So even in an anagami, the tanha will stitch back. Okay. Now this is how you can experience in your normal, in our normal.
But still, Arhant is capable of doing bodily activity. Right?
Yeah. That
Ordering the charger, and
he will
using
charge. He knows this is used for. It's not that he'll become into dementia or something like that where he can't remember. Charger means. What is charger by the way? Charger is something to charge after 2 minutes. What did you say charger means? Charger means what you can charge. Now you have a mobile phone, you can put this for charge. What is mobile phone? He will not act like that. He knows he is in the world but cut off from the world. He will only transact, but he has no idea of anything beyond the transaction. Because every transaction ceases to exist. He knows it completely. Relationship ends. For sure. With anything. Humans, animals, house, money, position, power, this, that. The relationship ends. Yes.
And I was just thinking, like a few days ago, I cannot find my wallet for like a good part of the day. Previous day, I touched it's not there. So the next day, I start finding it's not there. So I was just experiencing some anxiety. I was like, where is it and all that. But I think sort of the anxiety is not as much as, like, let's say a few years ago, I would have lost the wallet. I'd be like walking around, like cannot feel like very anxious. But I think what goes in my mind is like, oh, I have to repurchase it. I have to buy this car. That's what I was kind of don't want to do. But not so much about if I lose it, it's a big deal and all that. It's more about there's some work I have to do. Anyways, it's not clear, but I guess.
No, I got it. I got
situation
it.
like you can gauge how much.
Yes. So as soon as the possession nature goes away completely, you are Saksagami. As soon as the concept of the what is that? The valid goes away. Concept, not that you shouldn't search. You should search. Even an arhat will search. Okay. So because that is required for going around or doing something, right? So it's like somebody asked this question, should I eat after being an arhat? Answer is yes. Should I take bath being an arhat? Yes. Should I wear clothes being an arhat? Yes. Should I take a car to go from place A to place B being an arhat? Yes. Should I fly from one place to another place if I have to meet someone? Yes. It doesn't change anything there. Only thing is that the concepts are gone. So the transaction world remains as transaction world, and that's it. For us, two worlds exist. The transaction world is as real as the real world. So we make the transaction world itself as real. We don't see it's just a transactional world. That's it. Just a transaction. You just transact. What you're doing from morning till evening, you're transacting with something or the other. You're transacting with object, you're transacting with emotions, you're transacting with thoughts, you're transacting with feelings, you're transacting with opinions, you're transacting with concept, you're transacting with ideas. That's all we are doing. We're not doing anything other than transacting. And transaction per se has an origin and an end. And an arhat sees the end of any transaction. So he doesn't get attached because it's not real. It's just a transaction. So what's the point in getting worked up on a transaction? So that doesn't mean that I shouldn't be buying this. I should be buying it. Should be. Is payment what I made mine? No, it's a transaction. You have money, you pay. You don't have money, don't buy. That's it. Yes.
Yeah, I guess from what I experienced this time around is that I think the mind is able to accept that the wallet is lost. Let's say it goes to the scenario, let's say if it's lost, then I have to go to this website, buy this and get this card, go to this website and do these things. But once
and log in with the username Vilas and password as 123 right? So when you log in with the username, money is not yours, but you have to log in with Vilas, right?
Yes, absolutely
yeah,
true.
yeah.
See,
Yeah.
whatever is required in the transaction world, you need to have. You need to have password, you need to have it. You need to have username, you need to have it. You need to have a name, yes. Even though knowing that's not real.
I guess what I was trying to say is the mind is able to somewhat accept that it's lost, but I have to do this A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and so once it accepted that loss, it's calmed down quite a bit, even though I still want to find it, but it's already accepted. If I cannot find it, I'll just do these things.
Right.
So I guess the mind, if it's able to accept the nirodha, to which extent you can be calm to that extent, I suppose.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. So it's like this. This what happened to you had happened to me when last year, when I was in Himachal. There was in my bag. What I had done is that I had kept my wallet, and I totally forgotten. The previous night, my partner and his team members, they were chatting, and we were having a lot of talking till the night, and we were making plan where we should head out tomorrow and all that, and that was quite late in the night. I have no idea where I kept the wallet. Okay. Then in the morning after bath and getting ready, and I was about to leave, and then I checked, oh, shucks, where's my wallet? I thought I lost it. Then where did I sleep last night? I was thinking, oh, we were in a tent because there was a lot of snowstorm and we couldn't go. So we stayed in a really pathetic tented thing on the road. Okay. So we slept. So I was thinking that I have left there. Okay. And my partner was saying, Vilas, what is this? Yeah, my dear friend, you bring such issues in the nth moment. Okay, anyway, let's search for your wallet. The only thing I wanted from that is photo identity card, because without that I can't take the flight. For the remaining things I can do something. So I had only my credit card and license. So license I can apply duplicate. So I thought I can do that, and around some good amount of money was there in that wallet. So I thought that is also gone. Let it go. So the only worrying factor was the identity card. So my friend said that I will ensure that you catch the flight back home. I know people, so they will allow you. You don't have to really carry. He asked me, hey, do you have any photo identity card in your mobile? Like a stupid guy, I said, yes, I don't have. He said, what kind of a person? At least you should take one identity card as a photograph, right? Anyway, I never know that such idiots exist in this world. Okay, anyway. So you don't worry, we will send you back. And that's it. So my thought went away. That stress mode, if I could call, was for 5 to 10 minutes. Then my wife had called her. I was speaking to her normally as though nothing has happened. And nothing means nothing has happened. She never knew that. If I told her, she would have given me a sermon how I should be and where I should keep my wallet and blah blah blah, all that. So nothing of that. Then after keeping the phone, they said that another 1 hour will be leaving. I thought, let me meditate. Anyway, flying back to Bangalore is not an issue. He said he's going to take care. So while I was meditating, I saw where did I keep my wallet. And it stuck to me that, it's there in this place. So I went back to the room and the room was empty. So I opened it up and I put my hand and there comes a wallet. The first thing I did after finding the wallet is to inform my partner to stop somebody going to the place where we had stayed the previous day. So they wanted to tell people going on that side to check for the wallet. So we again called back those gentlemen and saying that don't search for the wallet. We already found it. The only mistake I had done in that whole thing is, since you lose the wallet, you need to immediately block your credit card, debit card. That's the only thing I had done. Other than that, I had not done anything. So once the wallet was back, I didn't feel really excited about it. When it was lost, I did not feel it. I was only worried about going back home because there is no photo identity card. So I was watching what's going to happen. And when I came back home, I made my wife sit and explain to her what happened and what was my state of the mind. So Phassa is going to be there. Phassa Samudaya, Phassa Nirodha, and the craving which attaches these three things. You can see. So that experience I had, but 2 days ago, I was looking at all of this in the life, how this comes together. So if you remain in Phassa and not do anything at all, you will immediately feel the cessation. You will see the cessation. Because when the samudaya happens, the ceasing also happens.
Yeah, I also noticed that in work conditions, I am more peaceful. When people look at it, when something happens, when many people tell that in this situation I would have done suicide, in this situation I wouldn't have been like this. But I feel normal myself. When under pressure, like there are just 10 minutes to do and this and that. Once upon a time I forgot 12 a.m. was my flight and I was thinking it is 12 p.m. Okay, so my father was saying, when are you going to America? I said 12 o'clock. My father said AM or PM? I said I forgot. Then we opened it up, it was AM. Okay, now you have to go. There were only 6 hours. I have to go from Anand to Mumbai for that. And I was like, okay, normally going to. So, under pressure, I act very normal. I have also observed that.
Yeah. That shows the level of development. Yes, Sariu.
No, misclicked. I meant to do the clapping thing.
Okay. So we will take the other 5 tomorrow.
Yeah. So coming to that point, transaction just for the sake of doing transaction, Arhan's duty.
Yes, just for transaction. And it's there, no, it is there in a lot of suttas. They ask, what does he do? He says, just transaction. He knows he is doing the transaction. We don't know we are doing the transaction. That's the only difference. A normal person thinks that he is really doing something. But what is he doing is just a transaction. Yes, Dario.
Yeah, I feel Dhamma is often about seeing the end, right? Let's say it's like when the pasta, you should see the Nirodha, but also if you see a young lady, you should see she at 80, 90-year-old. So if you have that kind of perspective, then you stay in the middle. You don't get into this or that.
Correct.
You stay in the middle.
See, if something has arisen, it will have a departure. If there is an arrival, there is a departure. So if we have arrived, we will have a departure. Whether we like the departure or we don't like the departure. See, now you will be in various airports in just 1 month's time. You are departing from airport to airport and again back to SFO. But you are going to depart. You can't stay.
So if I keep that in mind, in my, let's say, context of my vision, my understanding, then I don't get overly excited when I land because this is
Yes.
already in the context.
Yes.
I have observed, Vilas, that your approach is one thing, trivializing the object. Right? Trivializing the object. But what about trivializing the self? For example, can Arhan dance? Can Arhan smile, laugh?
Yeah, there is one sutta.
All does he does, right? All does he does. He enjoys it.
No, there is one sutta where
But there is no self in
absolutely the self will go away.
But
No, the trivializing of the object also includes trivializing the self. The self view is made out of object only. You have objectified to an extent that it looks real. So when you start trivializing every object, removing the value in every object, it removes the value in the self what you already have. The mana is nothing but valuing, right? At Arhat, the mana goes means what? There's no value. You don't value anything at all.
But if you tell Arhat, okay, this is very important passport, okay, when you are traveling in this country, keep it safe.
Yeah, he will do it.
He will keep it close, right?
Yeah, he will keep it. Why? See, it's a transaction, right? See, the thing is like this.
Yeah, even if it is Arhan, the passport is very important for him now because it has been told to him.
Absolutely. Let's say I'm flying to America. Let's take, for example, I'm an Arhat by the time I reach next year to Arius place. Let's say I'm an Arhat. What changes does it bring in real? Okay. Let's take Avijja. Let's hit at Avijja. What is Avijja? The neutral feeling not knowing is Avijja. Now I know I can stay in neutral feeling. Okay, throughout. For every transaction I do, neutral feeling. Any transaction, whether now let's say next year I need to go to the visa. So now I stand in the line. I'm not bothered whether I get the visa or I don't get the visa. Just stand there. It's a transaction. He asks me a question, I answer, and he gives me the visa, and then I say thank you, and then out. Now I ask Ariu, when should I come to America? Now that visa is there. So he will give me some date. Vilas, I think from this date to this date is good. Okay, fine. So that job is done. Now, yes, go ahead, Ariu.
No, I was just thinking the Arhat knows it's just acting, right? So he's the perfect actor. He can act any role because
Exactly,
he does
I'm
not
just coming to that. I'm just coming
Yeah.
to that. I'm just coming to that. Only when you know it is just a transaction, you can act very well because you don't have anything to gain or lose. Right. If there is something to gain, if the visa to America is very important thing for me, that means I've already added a value to it. It's a value added to it. Right? It's a value add. If there's a value add, there is a pleasure. And to take the pleasure, I need to take the pain. So there is anxiety. So when I go to the consulate next year, there's an anxiety. Right in, right there, I have an anxiety that, oh my goodness, I should tell him why I'm going to America. So what should I tell him, etc., etc. Right? And then he asks some question, I answer something, and then he asks another question, this question, that question. If I don't have that at all, I'm just knowing that for sure it's just a transaction, nothing else. I can play the role. A role of what? You're applying for the visa, that's it. He'll ask, why are you going to that country? And say, I'm my friend there. What do? I do this. So what are you going to do it with your friend? Have fun. Why are you going there? It's been 10 years plus, I've never seen America. Ah, yes, I've seen that you've flown earlier. Yeah. Okay, here it is. Finished.
Yeah. Even the whole life, it's already become like a act. He just have to act until he died, right? I mean,
Exactly. So he knows. So he knows it's just a transaction. There's no Arrow out there. There's no America out there. There's nothing out there. It's just fabricated. It's just made up. From this space, can anybody see America? No, he sees land. A piece of land covered with two-side water. That's all anybody can see. I can call it Atlantic Ocean on one side and Pacific Ocean on another side. It's the definition which has been given, but the water doesn't know that this is Atlantic and that is Pacific. You call whatever you want. Water is unaware that you are calling that as Pacific and Atlantic. And the land is unaware, it is called America. You ask the land, excuse me, do you know you are called America? It says, what? What do you mean America? If it had life. It's just the land. Tomorrow a meteorite falls on America, that whole thing is in water.
because the mind is only having white light only, right? So there's no red, no yellow. So there's
Exactly.
nothing to like or dislike. So it's always neutral.
Exactly. So now if I know the transaction and I stick to the transaction only, I know the phassa. That's all. Chakuncha paticha rupecha upajati chakku vinyanu. Tinna sangati phasso. So now I know the phassa. It will create Vedana, but a neutral Vedana is seen. So now I don't have anything. Now tomorrow we'll take the Samudaya portion. We have only looked at this side. There's another sutta in the Dvaitanupassana sutta where you get this answer of Samudaya and Vyaya. Tomorrow we can meet, right? You have any concerns, constraints?
Yeah, we can meet.
So we will meet. We'll meet 1 hour later.
Yeah, I'm not certain. Tomorrow's my son's birthday, so we'll.
Oh
see.
yes. So then you enjoy. Then you keep it, and you don't change things.
Then we'll meet Monday then.
Monday we can meet. Yes.
Yeah, Sunday I'm free. Yeah.
No.
In 2 days.
Yeah, Sunday night your time,
Yes.
and Monday late afternoon for Asad. I think he will be going to the office, and he will say, "Oh yeah, I'm going to work."
Because Sunday is also for us, we have to go to the Vipassana.
Okay. Then we'll skip tomorrow and we'll do Monday. If not possible on Monday, I will message. Then we'll do it on Tuesday.
Both are fine to me.
Okay. Good day and very good evening, Asad, and have a rest of the day. It's already
Very
9
good.
plus 7:16. It's around 4 o'clock for you.
It's 5:20 p.m. over here.
5:20. Yeah, 7.5 hours. Yes, right.
Yeah. Very good, very good. I had a good
we are-
meditation as well.
See, you know the fun. I'll tell you the last fun, right? The perception. Aryu is trying to go to bed. Okay, he's going to try to go to bed because it's night. It's like 9 o'clock. Oh, sorry, 9:20, 9:10, 9:12 to be precise. No, 9:22 to be precise. And for me and Sachin, we are going to hunt for breakfast. And for you, you're hunting for dinner. Right? And this is error
Yeah.
of perception. So if you rely on perception, you're going to kill yourself.
We are alone.
None of it is true. Neither you're in the evening, nor I'm in the day and he's in the night. But it seems though that Aryu has to do something to sleep, and we both have to do something to eat, and you have to do something in the evening. But none of us are doing anything. And that's the reality. So the sanya, what we have got right now is Nitya Sanya. That means things will work out in this way only, for certain. For Aryu, it will be like this, for me it's like this, and for you like that. If you see this situation now, before I've met, but what change has been brought? Nothing. You're breathing the same. You're sitting in the same way.
In reality, we're just three different actors put in three different studios.
And then four actors.
Oh yeah. Right.
Four actors doing the same thing. That is nothing. Breathing is breathing, irrespective whether you are in New Zealand, you breathe in a different way. No. He's in America, is he going to breathe in a different way? No. We both are in India. Do we breathe in a different way? No. None of us breathe in any different way except for breathing. So nothing is different. The perception, what you're getting is it's in the evening and it's the night and for us in the morning. So that is conventional reality. It's just for convenience and convention. It's the earth turning which is making it night and day. Not really there's a night out there and a day out there. Right? So, you change your perception, everything falls down.
Yeah.
So the Rupa falls down, the Vedana will be neutral now. Sanya becomes Anicca Sanya. Sankhara will become Samatha. And Vijnana will be Nirodha. In one shot, 5 aggregates knocked out. That is a food for thought. Till we meet.
Yeah.
Try it out. I mean, you don't have to answer right now. You know what? No, don't do that. Take your time.
It comes. I mean, last time I was meditating, I mean, I went last time in what was Satipatthana course I went. I thought it was, I don't know, jhana or whatnot, and then came back as if like you thinking from outside the box, as if everything, as if like, similar to the way you're explaining. But it didn't long last. It lasts for like 2 months and then just gradually fade away. And again, everything becomes, I and other people. I am, and then the rest of the people, and that kind of stuff.
All sankharas are like that, my dear friend. It doesn't last. Going to the Vipassana center is a sankhara. It can't last. That effect is going to be there, but it's nothing permanent there. Unless you generate the same conditions, it doesn't manifest. Because it is conditioned. Only Nibbana is unconditioned. All the other things are conditioned.
We are doing to get to there, right? You do it and then
Stop
when you
doing.
cross that line.
No, wait. Stop doing, you're in Nibbana. You used to start doing, you're never going to get Nibbana.
Yep.
It's undoing the doing is Nibbana.
And because we have done we created a lot of perhaps sankhara reaction of the mind, we have to put a lot of effort to get to that not doing at all.
No.
Just be there.
No, you should see that you don't do anything which will create sankhara. and hence the Nibbana is never experienced. So you should stop doing Sankhara and immediately you will end up in Nibbana. Sabba Sankhara Samatho, Sabbupadi Pati Nisargo, Tanhakhayo, Virago, Nirodho, Nibbana.
Yeah, I tend to think of this whirlpool, right? Like we're all in the whirlpool and then we're all getting sucked in. So, or black hole or something like that. Our habit is out of fear or out of craving. We want to go out. So we keep on, swimming out. But the more we swim out, it never works, right? We keep on getting sucked in, so we have to keep swimming.
That's exactly, there is one Udana where exactly what you're saying, and the deity comes and asks, how did you cross this flood? And he says, I crossed it without struggling nor by running.
Yes. So I think by Vinaya, by restraint, you're almost tying yourself. Don't swim. But your tendency is to swim. So if you can hold yourself, then you go with it and you'll reach. And then in the middle, it'll be peace.
Yeah.
But your tendency, if you allow yourself, you would again swim. So you have to keep on watch yourself. Don't swim.
Anyway, we have to work out our own strategies.
Meditating, keep doing it. Keep meditating till you get to the point that you become relaxed. Or if you have that much parami, you tell yourself relax, you will be in that moment instantly. But for us, perhaps you have to do more work. Okay.
Let's try not to try. Let's put effort not to put effort. It's always like
the only effort is to be mindful of not doing effort.
Exactly. So if you are taking an effort, you should stop that effort.
Yeah, like a rocket, stop the engine once it moves out of the gravity of the earth.
Yeah.
Then there is no effort. But till there, you have
That's what I think the Goenkaji said. One person says, "Oh, then what you're suggesting is literally Nibbana is now and here, and then what's all the point?" And then his answer would be, because we have entangled ourselves into great misery and whatnot, we need a huge effort to get untangled, and then when that is done, that is there.
Yep.
But I feel like the effort here is restraint, right? Restraint is the effort. It's not doing much. It's
Initially restraint and then removing everything. Initially restraint. And once it is restrained, you don't have to put restraint again.
Yeah.
See, you have to cage the animal. You cage it and you train it, and that animal now is tamed. Now, after taming it, you don't have to put it in the cage again that I want to tame this animal. No, it is tamed. Now you put it wherever you want.
Like how much I started putting effort for brahmacharya, like this and that, schedule this and that. Now I'm like you only. So I'm in that mode.
Yes, that's all. So you don't have to practice. You have to practice to let go of something, and once you let go of that,
Yeah, and then I thought how we do Sila and Samvara, that question occurred to me, and I could not get the answer because I have stopped Sila and Samvara. So for the prototype purpose, now I have to do it against for few things like drinking tea and eating little bit more, etc. These are trivial. Okay, it's not important now. Even if I don't do yoga also, my that brahmacharya is not going to break. But for the sake of regaining that knowledge, how did I do that Sila? How did I start it then somewhere? I have to restart it again for even those trivial things.
Because you're out of the rehab already, right? I mean, you were in rehab for a while. Now you're out. I mean, if you go in there, nothing you can do there.
So I wanted to go again back to that rehabilitation for small things. Like I will not eat anything in the morning. I will not drink tea. I will not sleep in the afternoon. These are so trivial things. It's not important, but for the sake of understanding, I will go back to rehabilitation center.
Yeah. I've got that problem as well. I come back from work at 11 p.m. and even though I tell myself, well, I shouldn't eat anything, then the mind is racing and sometimes I feel I'm hungry or whatnot. I start eating this much and then I eat that much. I eat like a lunch and then my stomach gets bloated, and when I sleep, just as if all the time I have some dream of mine.
And the problem is, you think that you are not breaking the precepts, right? So it's okay.
Yeah.
But
That's the thing,
I told to someone also, when you eat little bit, how much precept, all the 5 precepts you are breaking, but I'm still not getting it. I told, see, if you eat even little bit more than you are supposed to eat, you have steal that food from someone. If you didn't eat, someone would have eaten, right? So it is, and you have taken his energy also. So Panati Pata, Adinna Dana has happened. Then what? Musawada has happened because you are still lying to yourself that you are hungry, right? So Musawada Veramani.
Why do that? Just take the 8 precepts. You don't have to wait this.
Just eating little bit, you are breaking 5 precepts. I am telling this to other guys, but I am still breaking.
Yeah, that happens until you reach a particular stage. That is going to happen, but it's not that important. Meaning, it's not a major offense. It's a minor offense, so it doesn't really break anything.
And that's why I am continuously breaking it. So for the sake of practice also, I want to pick one thing now. Not now immediately, but I plan for it.
Okay, good then. So let's end. It's already 10 o'clock here and 6 o'clock for our friend in New Zealand.
Yeah.
Okay,
Very
good day
good.
and good night and good evening.
Alrighty.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.